Hi, it's Leslie Lane Peabody and Stephanie Park, and we are here today with Wealth Wednesday. And today we have the best show for you. Stephanie, my special guest, is going to teach you about this great new tool she got me to use last week. It's called Snipply, and it lets you use other people's stuff to grow your business. I love it. I just fantastic, love it. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'll tell you a little bit about Stephanie. My name is Leslie Lane Peabody, and I'm a single mom of 3 teenage boys, and I'm growing a business no matter where I happen to be. Right now, I'm at somebody else's house for Thanksgiving, and I just made sure that the doors were closed, the cat toy's still behind me. You can grow your business anywhere using the tools that Stephanie and I are going to teach you about today. So I want to encourage you, if this reaches your heart, if you want to do what we're doing, then reach out to one of us, join us, and learn how to grow your own business while you work wherever you happen to be. And you never know, because we have kids, we might have special guest stars coming on tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about Stephanie. Stephanie is the single mom of 2 children. They're beautiful. She just introduced me to them tonight. And Stephanie and I met because we're both moms working from home, building our business from home. I work outside the home as well. Stephanie works in the home, and she does all these cool things. And she inspires me. Every time I see something that Stephanie does, then I have to go try it, right? So I asked Stephanie to be here with us tonight so she could show you this fantastic new tool. So Stephanie, tell us a little bit more about you. Why did you get involved in running a business from your home?
Wow, Leslie, thank you so much for your awesome introduction. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and thank you, Leslie, for having me. Well, as you know, I am a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids. My oldest is 9, and my youngest is 4. I come from an educator, child development, child psychology background, and one day I just decided, okay, I want to stay home, spend quality time with my kids, and that was the beginning of everything. So after I made that decision, I dabbled in all kinds of things. And then the last one was where I teamed up with a whole bunch of people globally from around the world, and most of them were non-English speakers. And we motivated each other, and we built each other up. We had to have a record of being able to go on a monthly leaderboard in that particular business within 14 hours of beginning that journey. And then we maintained that spot for about 3 months. We were #1 for 3 months. And then all of a sudden things started happening. What happened was we were the little people. We were the Davids. And there were Goliaths in the industry, and we couldn't compete against the Goliaths, basically. And, you know, but that didn't stop me. I'm one of those people, if I set my mind to it, I get it done. I do whatever I can possible to get it done. And when I met with Leslie, I think we met at like a Denver local meeting for home-based business for this one particular team build that we were doing. And Leslie and I we connected because we are here. Our heart is for the local businesses, the small businesses, the home-based businesses, and the moms and the dads who wanted to produce extra income, who wanted to stay home for the kids, be there for the kids, who really understands what lifestyle freedom is all about. Right?
Amen.
So, you know, I like to fidget around with things, and I learned from early on that in order for us to create success, we have to go opposite direction from what everybody else is doing. So what the first tip I can share with you is that when everybody is zigging, we have to go zagging. I think Jim Rohn shared that with us, right?
Yes, I think that was a Jim Rohn quote. And it's so true. Those people we see most successful are going the opposite direction of the crowd, right?
Exactly. And with that kind of mindset, I started thinking, okay, when I go to any form of social media, when I go to any sorts of gathering, I just think of, okay, who are the A-list people? Who are the Joneses? Okay? And then I go follow them. But here's the thing, I don't do what they're doing. What I do is I kind of go look at their pattern. Basically, where are they, what tools are they using? What kind of language are they using? What are their methods? Are they doing the attraction marketing? Are they doing the bridge marketing? And how are they doing it? So those are the things that I'm most interested in. And lately, in our home-based and marketing industry, I realized that a lot of the leaders wants us to focus on creating relationship where our personality comes forward.
Right, right.
Right? Because when we are talking about the products and the latest gadgets and latest promotion, those things have a shelf life. What I mean by that is when we go to like a general store, even though they clean the stores and they clean the display, they change this display, things get outdated and things have expiration dates, right? But when we bring ourselves forward, when we bring our personality, our passion, right, or our creativity forward, it does not, nothing gets expired or nothing gets spoiled. We have this abundance of wanting to connect with people, wanting to share ideas with people. That's how we were born. That's how we are originally made. We are genetically coded to want to share ideas, right? And that's how we make. That's us. That's how us humans make connections, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
with that thinking in mind, I followed one of the leaders named Lawrence Tam, and of course he's a stay-at-home father. I think he's a father of three.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. He was an
And
engineer.
what is it?
He was an engineer.
Yes, he was a mechanical
So
engineer.
well.
Uh-huh.
He did so well. He retired his wife and he retired himself by the time he was 33.
Yes. And isn't that a good thing to follow? Just being able to, I mean, you don't see a lot of people talking about retirement at age 33. That's when we.
Exactly.
And he did it with 3 kids, being a stay-at-home father, retired his wife, right? And he did all of that just by blogging. And for me, that was like that's my dream. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. So I followed him for quite some time, and this is what he started doing recently. So I'm going to take you and let's share a screen together, okay?
So while she is sharing her screen, I want you guys to get this because this is so important, okay? Lawrence Tam, I don't know how old he is now, but he's not 33 anymore.
I don't think so either, but he still looks young.
He has an engineer's mind, figured out how to make things work when nobody else was making things work. He figured out how to make things work, and he shares with us these simple tools that we can use in our real life. Now remember, Lawrence Tam, I told you he was an engineer. He started building his business. His business became successful because he worked it 1 to 2 hours a day. He had an hour drive, or I think he did a ride share, right? Lawrence Tam had an hour ride share back and forth to work, 8 hours a day in a cubicle. We call him the Asian Dilbert. He calls himself the Asian Dilbert, right? You've heard him call himself that, right, Stephanie?
Yes.
And I love him. I love him. He is good people. He's a real guy. When
Yes.
he hugs you, you feel the love come through to him. I've met him several times in person, and he is just phenomenal. But he did this, just like we're going to show you how to do this, in a part-time job. While he
Mhm.
was working full-time and supporting his family, he figured out how to do this in 1 to 2 hours a day. So the techniques we're going to be here are for those people who are either running their business all day long and can only market at night, or raising their family all day long and only have time here and there to fit. Is the night before Thanksgiving. You might have your pies in the oven. You might be working your turkey, defrosting your turkey, or making your stuffing, whatever. It's okay. You can fit an hour in. And this tool that Stephanie is going to show us today, I swear to goodness, I spent 5 minutes on it one day and I got fantastic results. And we're going to show you the results that a newbie, first time ever doing it, a newbie got
Mhm.
in one try at the end. So watch what Stephanie shows you, and then at the end, we'll show you the results I got with one try. One try. Okay, Stephanie, you want to go ahead and take it over?
Okay. Let's see. Can you see my screen now?
No, not yet. Try it again.
Okay. How's that?
Now I can see me, so you're sharing the wrong thing.
Okay. So, are we there?
I see, yeah, I saw your Facebook.
Okay. So, this is Lawrence Tam's Facebook. Okay.
Show his
And,
picture at the top. We want to see what he looks like.
okay, let's start. Let's see.
Does it go that?
Let's see.
Otherwise, I can pull up a picture later.
There's Lawrence Tam. He looks young in this picture. Anyway, this is his Facebook page. You see it?
Yep, we can see it great. Thanks.
Okay. Now, when we scroll down, and I notice he does a lot of engagement or a lot of sharing and talking with his clients on Facebook. And sometimes what he does is he would share football things, right? And look at his words, his comment. All he did was, and he's done. And then he puts a little sad face, right? And when people clicks on this post, it takes the Sniply tool takes the viewers to the actual page, the blog page for NFL, and it goes to the article.
So he shared an article.
Yes, he shared an article, but at the same time, if you look at the side right here, I don't know if it's your left or your right side.
For me, it's my, but yeah, you can see it right down there.
And on the side, all he did was he wrote his name, Lawrence Tam, and he put a call to action. Let me see if I could silence this. Okay. It looks like it's just going. Anyway, what he did was he made a little comment that says, weird trick I'm using to advertise on sites just like this one for free, right? And if people want to see it, all they have to do is click on it. And here's this picture of Lawrence. Now, I wanted to talk about a little bit about the psychology behind it.
Oh no, I think we lost Stephanie for a second. So she'll get back, but what she was going to talk about is the psychology of why this trick works. So if you remember when you saw Lawrence Tam gave you an article about the NFL, and of course a lot of people are football crazy, right? I love football. So he shared something interesting about NFL that a lot of people would like. But then right at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom right of the screen, maybe it was the bottom left, depending on where you are, he just had a quick little pop-up box that popped up as soon as somebody clicked on that article, right? Other people's stuff. He shared other people's stuff, and then he has his little button down here, says Lawrence Tam, weird tricks I learned to share stuff, or I can't remember the exact wordage he used, but that's basically what it was. And then you see his picture down there. Well, I don't know about you, but if I see somebody's box pop up like that, something that's huge, like an NFL page or something else like that, I'm like, wow, that guy must know something. And let me tell you, Lawrence Tam does know something. So the psychology Stephanie was going to talk about is everybody else is sitting out there saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And you just get tired of hearing people say, buy my stuff. Well, with this tool, with this technique, you could use this tool however you want, but the technique with the tool is you're sharing information that people would be interested in. Like Stephanie is going to show you later how she just shared a video, a music video, and people liked it. Lawrence Tam shared the NFL stuff and he said, hey, you want to learn this weird trick for free? You know, and it's a great tool. It's a free tool. There's also paid additions to it. Hey, Stephanie's coming, so she'll be back in just a second. I'm going to psychology, Stephanie. So I shared with everybody the psychology you told me about the other day about the buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is different because you're sharing interesting facts or interesting. I told them you did it with music video and Lawrence with the NFL, and you're just giving them a little bit of information down here. And that was the start of the psychology piece. So take it over from there.
Thank you so much. Now, when you think about it, let's use the psychology of the shopping mall. Now, when you go to the shopping mall during holidays and you go to the main mall is usually, it's crowded, the ceiling is high, the floor is, tile, so everything echoes, right? And nobody likes to hang around the main sections of the shopping mall. What they want to do is they quickly want to avoid the crowd and go inside the stores. And what happens in the stores? The stores are carpeted, they play the elevator music, they serve coffee, they serve water, right? Why do they do that? Because they want people to stay, and the more they stay, more they get to look at stuff and more they want to buy, right? Well, when you're sharing things on social media, number one, people automatically think that, okay, this guy is a marketer, this person is a marketer, they're going to do whatever they can to sell me stuff. I mean, you feel that way, I feel that way, that's our human nature, right? But instead of saying, okay, check out this new technology or check out this new stuff, you can say things like, hey, here's a cool music I'm listening to. I mean, this is putting me in the holiday spirit. Or, hey, I feel you, the holidays are hectic, and because of my mom's, I go to the grocery like 3 or 4 different times because I always forget something, right?
Oh,
so here's a no-brainer recipe that you can just throw together with 3 ingredients. Here you go, right?
Right.
What you're doing is when you're sharing, you are, what's that term for, you are accumulating interest. You're compounding interest. But you're not compounding interest in terms of money, but you're compounding interest of feelings.
Relationships, right?
Relationship.
You're giving of yourself, and people want you to give before they want to give back.
Exactly. So you're actually, like, when you're doing it, you're compounding on relationship of, wow, I can trust this person. Wow, this person is nice. Wow, this person knows what I'm thinking, knows my pain, understands me. I can trust this person, right? So as you're giving and giving and giving, people are going to bound to click, because number one, they don't see it as a threat. It's an invitation, right?
Right.
So you click on it, and you have that snipply tool, just like what Lawrence did. Like, here's a weird trick. If you want to find out, check it out here. So what they're doing is, once they clicked on your post, you already built the trust. They already trust you. And then the second thing you're doing, when they're seeing the snipply tool on their face, now they're building their emotion, and they're attaching that emotion, good vibrations or good feeling, with your name, and picture. So let's say further down along the line, you are, for one way or the another, they somehow landed on your capture page or your sales page or your sales funnel. It's not so threatening to them anymore because you are a familiar face or you are the familiar name. And this process is basically transference of short-term memory to long-term memory. And in school, we learned that in order for anybody to learn a skill from short-term memory to long-term memory takes usually about 27 to 28 times of exposure.
What? 27 times? Oh my God, I've always learned 7. 27, you blew me away, Stephanie.
So that's something that I learned as an educator. So, you know, when you're teaching or when you're showing kids something, we sing about it in circle time, we turn it into code names, we draw pictures with it, or we play in the hopscotch, and you know, you do the jump rope while you're doing the chanting. So we do all kinds of stuff. We come up with all kinds of new things, right? But in order to definitely make sure that that skill or that memory transfers from short term to long term, it's about 27 to 28 times. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're doing with Sniffly, it really doesn't matter. All you have to do is share, right?
Other people's stuff!
Exactly! You don't have
stuff! But what you're saying makes so much sense, because look at this. You shared music, a music video. So you shared this feeling of the holidays, and so people associate you with the great feelings of the holidays.
Exactly.
Sam shared the NFL, so they associate him with passion of football. I shared just a quick little book review from some CEO that's the bazillionaire, right? So now when they think of me, they think of success, right?
Exactly.
So about what you share, because you don't want to share stuff about like the Ferguson riots, right?
Exactly.
That's not a positive association. I don't want to go there, okay? But you know what I'm saying. If I say that to you, you know, don't share those kind of news articles with your Snipply, because then, I mean, unless you want to be, I don't know, Glenn Beck or that kind of guy. That's if that's your persona, that's different. But who do you want to be? Those are the kinds of things. And did you hear her? 27 times. This is not the get-rich-quick overnight stuff. That stuff, I mean, if it works for the short term. We work with people who work for the long term, who know that it takes work, and eventually it doesn't take as much work anymore because you set these things up. And if you set this up once, then how many times does it work for you?
Exactly. And then all you have to do is just make one Snipply, and you can share it on Pinterest. You can share it on LinkedIn. You can share it on, you know, Google Plus. You can share it on Tumblr. You can share it. What else? What's Facebook. Another one? Exactly.
What's your blog? Then what's that picture thing?
Instagram.
Instagram. Right? I mean, pick your favorite. LinkedIn. Do them all.
Exactly. And all you have to do is just make one content and just become viral all at once, and you're going to be omnipresent, right? And your face. Here's another thing. It really doesn't make a difference if a person sees you in person or if a person sees you in picture. The best example I can give you is, remember the matchmakers? Remember the yentas? I grew up at a time when I became of age, my parents had stacks of eligible bachelors. And they all came in.
That might be another story we're going to have to investigate. Did you wind up with one?
So here's the thing. Whether you look at people by pictures or by real experience, your brain doesn't see any difference. Your brain doesn't make any difference. right?
That is scientifically proven fact. I have teenage boys that tell me that's true.
So, so get your face out there, get your name out there, and once that person is ready, you are no longer a stranger to them. It's like, wow, you have a familiar face, and it's not so much of a struggle.
Yeah, and can I share a story that happened to me? Okay, so this is before we met. Okay, so this was just this summer, so maybe June, maybe May, and I had been doing a lot of videos in the Denver market. And I've been just putting them on Facebook, is all I'd been doing, is putting my videos out on Facebook. And I was doing a 30-day challenge to start getting your business, to grow your business in 30 days, a 30-day quick start program. And so I was posting these every day. And then I went to a networking event in Denver. I knew 1 to 2 people in that room, and there were probably 50 people in that room. But I knew 1 or 2 people prior to entering the room. So, and I experienced this probably 4 or 5 times. I'd walk up to somebody that I'd never met before, and I'd introduce myself, and they'd go, "Hey, I know you. Where do I know you?" I'm like, "I've never met you before." "Oh, yeah, you're that gal who does videos." Oh, yeah. How much easier was it to walk into that room because these people knew I did videos? And true, that is a local market. And what we're talking about here goes geographic boundaries. There are no geographic boundaries, right? What you do here works in Portugal. Works in Japan if they speak English or the language that you're using, right? Doesn't matter the language. The internet drops barriers for you, and that's what we're promoting here. Is I don't care how big your business is. One of the things that I stress to everyone I work with, you have to have a business that works even when you don't. Even when you don't. And so for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to give you my quick 2-minute story about my mother. Why am I doing this? Okay? Why am I doing this? Because one night several years ago, I was sitting around a hospital cafeteria with my 2 sisters. I was drinking lukewarm hot chocolate. It was about midnight out of those stupid machines, right? It was awful. My mother was in the hospital with kidney failure. And I don't know what you know about kidney failure, because I didn't know any of this when I was going through it at first. But kidney failure makes your brain go wacko, right? We seriously thought this woman could not live alone again in her life. This is probably 5 years ago or so. She really had lost her cognitive ability. Not only physically was her balance off and all those kind of things, but that poison in her body had affected her brain seriously. And we were sitting around the table talking about who Mom was going to live with. And guess what? It was me. I have a sister that lives in New York. That wouldn't have worked. I have another sister that lives in the mountains of Colorado, and because my mother has COPD, she could not go up to that elevation. She can stay for about a week, but that's as much as her body can handle. So that left me. I had, at that time, just 2 teenage boys. I brought another one on about 2 years ago, but that left me. But my butt was supposed to be in my office. And I was raising 2 teenage boys and supporting my family. I couldn't give up my job to support my mother, but if I had to make the choice, I was going to give up my job to support my mother. Well, knock on wood and thank whatever deity you believe in. My mother got dialysis, and overnight, cognitive ability came back. She is... She has a part-time job going to dialysis now. She has to do that about 24 hours a week, but it fixed her. Awesome. I'm so thrilled. But that feeling of what do I do? How do I make this work? Because let me tell you what, my mother is much more important to me than my job.
That is true, yes.
I had to decide what I was going to do, and I was not in a position. And let me tell you what, I have the best job in the world and the best boss in the world. I really have it made for somebody who has to go to work every day. But it's not enough, because there are times when somebody in your family needs you, and what are you going to do? That is the moment I made a decision that I was going to build a business on the side, a business that would work even if my butt wasn't in the chair, or I could build it wherever. I have made videos from Children's Hospital when my son was having surgery. Right? You can do a business, if you
Mhm.
use our techniques, I don't care what business you're in, you can use our techniques and build your business today.
Yes, exactly. And you can you can become mobile. You can do it on your smartphone. You can do it on your iPad. It doesn't have to be on top, in front of a laptop or a PC anymore, like a home computer anymore.
No,
Because
it really does.
Sneaky too, I think it has an app button. You can download it. So
Right,
it's
right.
bloop, 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 5 minutes and done.
So
And you
let's
can
talk
go
some
like
more about this tool, Stephanie. Show
okay.
more about the tool. How do you set it up,
hmm
and what have been your results?
Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to go to snip.ly. Okay, that's the site we're going to go to.
And I will post the link below this video as soon as we get done. So if you're watching it live, give it a few minutes. If you're not watching it live, if you're watching the recording, those links will be below for you.
Okay. So let's do the screen share this time, and I promise I won't push wrong buttons.
If we lose you, keep going, and
Okay. Okay. So here we go. Do you see yourself now, Leslie?
not yet. But I see your Snipply screen.
Okay, there's my Sniffly school. As you can see, I did 16. Okay, this is something I started 2 weeks.
16. Oh my
Yes,
God. In how many? 2 weeks?
16, and then I had 73 clicks altogether and 3 conversions. Okay,
Awesome.
and
Okay, wait, let's talk about that. So show that screen and let's talk about those little first couple squares again so people understand what that means, because I didn't understand what that meant until you
okay,
talked to me about them.
okay. So here's the thing: 16 Snipplies means they have 3 different models, business models. They have a free tool, they have a pro tool, and they have a business tool. And you can upgrade it at any time. Now, for those of you, those people who are starting this business brand new and who are trying out these tools, I would recommend starting with free, because you can always upgrade, you can always expand, and you can always grow, right? Now, when you have a free tool, you do have limited resources, but you can use up to 100 snippets.
A month, right?
Yeah. So think about that. It takes people 28 to 27 exposures of you, and you can use this tool 100 times. Okay? And on top of that, can you think of all the social media sites that you can post these Snoopy tools on?
Yeah,
Okay?
we just went over a dozen with you a minute ago, right?
so, so those of you who are really quick with math, I'm not, even though I'm an Asian, you can pretty much figure out, you can start dream big on this one, right? So this is something I did. And I looked at the numbers for about 2 weeks, little less than 2 weeks, just to see where it's going to go. So even though it says 16 snippets or snips, actually my first 5 or 6 of them are not functioning well because I did something wrong. Okay? And here's the thing. Here's my honest truth. It's okay if you make a mess, or it's okay if you make a mistake, because you always can build on it, right? So my honest truth is, my first 5 or 6, I didn't do it correctly. Okay? Are you still there, Leslie?
Yeah, there's a famous quote, isn't there, Stephanie? I can't remember who this is. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. I can't
Yes.
remember who says that, though.
I don't remember either, but I like that quote. That is absolutely true. So
And it's free, so it didn't cost you anything to mess up.
So 73 clicks, what I mean by that is, the best way I can explain is like, it's same as, how when you drive down your freeway, there's like an advertisement or a billboard, right?
Yeah, billboard.
So there are 73 people actually looked at my billboard. Okay? So
So
what?
let's talk about that for a second. When she says 73 people, these are not the people rolling through Facebook and just seeing that it was there. These are
No,
people that actually clicked on the article and maybe even read it.
exactly. And they saw your name and they saw your face. Now people talk about, oh, I'm going to teach you how to super target your traffic. Well, here you go. And I've done it for free. And some people talk about, generating traffic for cents or,
Right,
85 cents. But you know what? I did it for free.
right. So
I
73 potentially new people cared
exactly,
about what you said.
exactly,
Cared enough to click on the link and watch the video or read the article or whatever that you sent out. They weren't just scrolling through Facebook, probably thousands did that, but
exactly.
73 cared enough to stop in, pretend we're at the mall. 73 people went into your store.
Exactly. And the three of them clicked on my button. What does that mean? They actually picked out the item and has shown interest. That's what it means. So we call this a lead. And when you talk to a lot of the marketers out there, they talk about, some leads cost up to $130,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what kind of company or what kind of promotions you're promoting. Well, I made 3 leads, and all I did was spend 5 minutes each day.
That's amazing. And I don't know if you know my personal friends and sponsors, Avram and Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
You've met them, right? You met
Yes,
them
I
because
met
they
them.
spoke
Wonderful.
in
Mm-hmm.
Colorado. So they're very big in the Colorado market, and they're telling us a lot. Well, to them, a lead, each
Mm-hmm.
lead is worth $400, I think they've said, for their business. Now, everybody's business is going to be different. Income disclosure will be posted below, and they're rock stars at what they do, okay? But if $400 is their number and they got 3 leads, they just potentially earned $1,200 for free. That's
Exactly.
how you use those numbers. You have to know how much a lead gets you on down the line. Eventually, those leads, a certain number of those leads, will buy something from you. Basically, are on your mailing list, so they're buying something from you in the future. And for my sponsors, they know that their leads are worth $400 a lead, which is awesome. And if you don't know that yet about your business, you need to spend some time and figure that out, right? Because
Exactly.
leads are important to you.
Yes, most definitely. And this time right here, I find this very important because normally people do not stay this long on a capture page, or even on like a sales page, or even on like a generic web page, right? But because they are showing interest on the article or the videos that I'm sharing, people are staying longer. This is phenomenal. Over 4 minutes.
That is phenomenal. Considering people's elevator speeches, if you do any networking, people
Mhm.
say keep your elevator speech to 30 seconds or less because that's the most attention anybody has. They
Exactly.
stayed on your page 8 times that long, 4 minutes long. That's
Exactly.
amazing.
So it those clients, those new people, they were willing to stay with me and get acquainted with my face, my name, and my desire and my personality for 4 minutes. That's phenomenal. Okay,
Yes,
and
this
we're doing
this is different from when you pay for leads, right? Because those people don't care about you. They don't
exactly.
know you. They don't necessarily want to know you, that kind of thing. What Stephanie is showing you is these are people who want to know you enough that they spent 4 minutes with you. I don't know how you go through Facebook, but I don't watch any videos hardly. So if I spend 4 minutes with somebody, I
Mhm.
am really interested in that person because you can't even get me to watch a 30-second video unless I know I can trust you.
Exactly. And I'm going to show you another one. Let's see. I think it was resources. As you can see, I'm new at this, so I'm learning as I'm showing to you. So I think the best thing we can all do is go try it out. Not just try it out, but just go and do it, right?
Just
So, are you with me, Leslie?
yep, go.
Okay. So, these are the 16 snippets I made, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And these are the dates that it was posted in, right? And these are the articles that I've used. This is the name of the articles, right? And this was the message on my banner, okay? So, for example, I guess the banner that shown most interest was, that performance by, was it Fancinitely? Or, that new group who sings Mary Did You Know, the
Was
Christmas
that
song?
Pictonics or
Yes. Well,
they're acapella out of where? I don't even know where they're out of.
yes, but that was like an awesome. I noticed that on Facebook one night that their post was gaining interest. So I went to their website and took out one of their videos and I shared it with everybody because it was already becoming popular on Facebook, right? And on the Sniffly tool, all I did was, I'll be home for the holidays because of this simple system, get yours here. So out of 17 people who went and looked at the post that I was sharing, one person clicked on the button and they looked at my sales page. Okay? That's a big deal, huge deal, isn't it? It happened within like 3 minutes of construction, right? Because I already used what was already going viral on Facebook and was popular on that particular social media. And I used that with the Snipply tool and I generated my traffic and my lead. Very easy to do, right?
Well, and let's talk about that for a quick second because 17 people looking at it doesn't seem like a lot,
No,
does
but I
it?
did.
But you
Mhm.
got one lead. I mean,
Exactly.
what percentage is that? That's like 5%? No, is
Exactly.
it better than that? No, that's about 5%, right?
Yeah, it's about 5%.
Just a
But
little better than 5%. That is phenomenal. Only 17 people had to look at it, and one was interested enough. They clicked on the link, or they picked up that thing and took it to the. If you're in a shop, right? They picked up a pair of socks and said, "Hey, how much are these?"
exactly, that's basically what happened.
So that's phenomenal results. That's kind of the key. You don't have to have big numbers to have a
No.
big impact. What if you did that once a day? You shared one a day and got one new lead a day. Then by the end of 30 days, you'd have 30 new people on your email list. By the end of a year, if you did this every single day, spent 5 minutes a day for a year,
Mhm.
you'd have 365 new leads, 365 new people that were interested enough to pick up this pair of socks and say, how much is this sold for? And when you have 365 people willing to pick up that pair of socks,
Mhm.
probably a good percentage of them, maybe 5%, maybe 10%, maybe even more, would actually buy those socks. That's all. Once they pick up that pair of socks, it's all up to you and how good you are at marketing. But they picked up that pair of socks, for crying out loud. They picked up the pair of socks.
Yes, they did. And this is not coming from a random list you buy or
Right.
random list you just target to everybody. These are the people
Free.
who knows you, okay? And when they know you, most likely they already trust you. I would say 30 to 40%, right?
Yeah.
And compared to the solo list or the list that you buy from a different vendor, those names and email lists they're complete strangers to you. They don't know anything about you whatsoever. So
Exactly.
if you look at those two different things, which one do you think will have a higher conversion rate in your marketing? Yeah?
Now, what's a conversion rate? Tell people what conversion rate is. They don't know.
Conversion rate is how many people will raise their hand and say, oh, I like you, I want to work with you, let's go. That's
Here's
basically
my
it.
credit card.
Exactly. Here's my credit card. I trust you. You earn my trust. I believe in you. Let's lock arms and let's go. Let's rock and roll. Come on. Here's my credit card. That's your
Right.
conversion rate.
Right. So let's talk about different ways you could use this. So you could use this for any internet marketing business, right? But
Yeah.
let's say that you're a mechanic. How would you use this? Well, you could share information about car maintenance that you didn't even create, but share information about car maintenance and then just have your little snippet at the bottom, snipply at the bottom. What if you're a real estate agent? Well, send information about home decorating ideas or send information about what the top rehabs on a house are, or send information about the best schools in the neighborhood you want. You can't stop finding information that will serve your business. What if you're a pizza joint? Well, give an article about the best pizza places around the world. It doesn't have to be related to what you're doing. It doesn't have to be in your neighborhood. If you're a pizza place and people like to learn about pizza, tell them about pizza and then say, join this link here and we'll send you information about our specials. Whatever. You are creative. You can figure out how to use this the best for your business.
That is true. And you know what? I've noticed that as I'm marketing, people like some people join adventures with me just because I like to knit. Okay, people like to connect on the level of what kind of craft I do, or where I shop for jewelry, where I go on a vacation. What's my dream of what kind of opera do I like? What kind of music do I like? It's not just business related. People want to know, what makes you tick, who
Right.
you're really about, right?
Right.
So
I get the most engagement when I post about my boys.
same thing, same with me here. I make a little comment about what my 4-year-old son did, and I get the most engagement on that.
Yes. Because people care about us. They want to know that we're just like them. We have struggles, we have children, we have jokes, we do things just like everybody else does them. People want to connect with you.
Exactly. So Leslie, how about it? Are you up for sharing with us how to go about doing this? Because I think you're a pro by now, right?
I'm not a pro by now, but I am willing to share. Now I have to find my screen. So you talk for a second.
Okay.
My screen.
So as Leslie are finding finding her screen, I mean, as you can see, Leslie and I, we're just everyday people. I mean, we do not have the PhD or doctorate degree on business or anything like that. And to be honest, you don't have to go to 4-year university or college to become the best marketer. The best marketers are the people who are taking actions and creating movement, changing ideas, sharing ideas, showing their best interest forward. So
That is so true. Okay, so here's my screen. This is
okay.
kind of like Stephanie was showing you. So this is the first one that I tried. Now, why did I try it? Because I saw Stephanie doing something cool. She said something, and I said, dang, I got to keep up with that girl. And so I tried it on my own. So I shared, I'm kind of into books, right? So part of my market are people who are authors. And I just done a slide share on how to do a book review. And so I thought, well, this is kind of interesting. This was an article from A Billionaire's Advice, the one book every entrepreneur should read. The one book. And I thought, well, that really lines up with what I was doing. So I spent 5 minutes. Stephanie hadn't even shown me how to use this yet. I just went there, I signed on, and I shared one. Look at this. I got 41 clicks, 41 eyes on this one article. I got one conversion, so one person picked up the socks and said, how much are these?
Exactly.
4.5 minutes people are spending on my page. And I only did this once. I spent less than 5 minutes the very first time I did it. I spent less than 5 minutes, and I messed up first. So I actually have two snipplies, one that I sent them to the wrong place than the one that actually worked. So it is really awesome, and I'm going to try and show you what it looked like when I got done. Okay, so this is it, the one book everybody needs to read. Oops, I don't want that subscribe thing, right? Okay, wait, it's not showing you my Snipply. I need to click on the Snipply. See, it just showed you the original URL, but it didn't show you my face below there. There I am. I look sexy with that little hat. My son took that picture for me.
I love it.
Okay, so remember how Lawrence Tam had his picture down there, right? Click this button to find out how you can build a business reviewing books. So I'm just doing the book, and you gotta, I swear to goodness, you have got to read this. I'm not going to tell you what book he said everybody should read, but it was like, oh my gosh! And you will, with a 4-year-old, you will get it. It is a book that a 4-year-old should read. But that's what it looks like, and don't I look just as cool as Lawrence Tam?
Yes, you do.
That is just amazing. And it just took whatever my most recent Facebook picture was. I didn't, you know, whatever your Facebook is at that time. So if you don't want to, you know, be kind of weird, then don't have a weird picture. But that's how easy it is, right? That's how easy. And you can see I only really shared this once on Facebook. Okay? So in one day I got 37 clicks, and then the next day I got 3. So that was the hangover. So I just did it once. What if I did that on every social media site I belong to? If I did once on every social media site, I could do, like, let's just say you do 30 minutes of marketing a day, and I shared it. It takes 5 minutes. It doesn't really. It takes about a minute. But let's just say I shared it on 10 social media sites that day. Then instead of 41 clicks, I probably would have had 410 clicks, and instead of 1, I might have had 10 conversions.
Exactly.
But I'm still spending a very short period of time. What if I want to spend 5 minutes a day? If I do it every single day and I get similar results every single day, remember 17 in this number here, and she still got 1 conversion. That's all you care about is this conversion. You don't care how many people click you. You care about this 1 conversion. And then tomorrow you share something else. What if it's the same 41 people? Well, that's good, because eventually a second one of those 41 people will convert. Because remember what Stephanie said? 27 times they have to see you. 27 times. That is why I like working with Stephanie, because she knows all those boring numbers like that. You have to know. You can't say, oh, I tried it once and it didn't work. No,
Exactly.
you try it 27 times before you can give up. 27 times. And let me tell you, Sunshine, if you've tried it 27 times and it still doesn't work, then call us. We'll help you. There's something wrong.
Exactly. Yes.
It's going to work after 27 times. So that is how easy it was for me. That is how simple it was. Never done it before. Stephanie didn't walk me through it. She just told me Stephanie, or be friends with Stephanie, because when she does stuff, every single day she's doing something new, and you feel like you have to keep up with the Joneses. She's a rock star at what she does, and that's why I invited her to be with us tonight, because she doesn't care. She will jump out there and try something, and then she'll share it with you and let you know if it was good. So she is a fabulous person to follow, honestly, and she gives me so much motivation, because I will never keep up with her. She works harder than most people I know, but all I have is follow her best and her brightest ideas like this one. I'm going to be hugely successful as well. So, Stephanie, I'd like you to give some parting remarks, and then I'm going to give the people who joined us live
Exactly.
bonus gift. Only get bonus gifts if you joined us live, because we really want to encourage people to do it, to watch it, and then do it in the next 30 minutes, okay? So, Stephanie, do your closeout, and then I'll share the special bonus gift.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, Leslie. So everybody, remember, this is something that my mentor taught me when I was beginning. I mean, we have all sorts of ideas, but when we overstretch ourselves, sometimes we just get this information paralysis. So the best thing I can share with you is pick one. Just like this tool, pick one, go for it, do it until you create your success. And once you created your success, that becomes your marketing story.
That is
So,
so true. So true. Now you have to stop sharing your screen because we want to see you again.
okay. So here we go.
Just everybody watch this live. Okay, and so I'm going to have a little bit of a contest going here.
Okay.
I will give you 24 hours, so 8:30 Mountain Time on Thursday, on Thanksgiving in the Mountain Zone.
Okay.
If you do a Snipply and you send it to Stephanie or I will give you a free 45-minute coaching session on building your business. A free 45-minute coaching session. Now, I'm not going to ask Stephanie to jump in and help with that because she gave you this great information. But I will give you a free session, but you have to share your Snipply and you with me on Facebook. So if you tag me, then you can just send it to me or message me. My name on Facebook is Leslie Lane Peabody or Ninjas in High Heels. You can find me on Facebook either way, and you can also find me on my webpage at www.leslieLanePeabody, LeslieLanePeabody.com. That's how you reach me. Now, if you're smart, you want to friend Stephanie, following Stephanie, because she is a rock star and she motivates me every single day. So those links that I just gave you will be below in a few minutes after this goes to YouTube. Now, Stephanie, tell us how we can find you, and I will also put her links below so that you can connect with her. Because let me tell you, girlfriends, she is the one you want to connect with. She is a rock star.
You want to talk to me, connect with me on Skype at SimpleSteph18, SimpleSteph18. Or you can find me on YouTube for Stephanie Park, The Marketing Mindset.
The marketing mindset. I love that. Stephanie Park, the marketing mindset. So I will have all reach Stephanie or you can reach me below. And let me tell you, you guys, if you are growing a business and you want some great techniques and great help like this, stay linked to us. We give a lot of information away because we are just like you. We started out struggling and not knowing the first thing about marketing ourselves. And we are learning from the rock stars and then sharing it with you. Actually, learning from actual rock stars. Have you met Toby and Layla Black?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Toby, it's so cool because Toby and I are going to get together and do this type of thing, do some marketing training for musicians and how to grow your business on the internet. I'm so excited.
Oh, wow.
We haven't started that yet, but I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm already excited for you. You know what? Send me the link so I can be joining you too. Okay? All right, everybody. Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, my good friend Stephanie. It is through your leadership and through following you that my business grows every single day. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that I met you, and I am so thrilled that you shared all of this with us. Now, she didn't actually teach us how to do it. That's okay. Link up with her. She'll show you how to do it if you need to, but let me tell you, I figured it out, and I'm so you can too. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.